coming off the heels of PAWL's first ever click preview. This is Heatwave. Welcome everybody to Heatwave. I'm your commentator Luke Daniels, and what a night we had last night. Amazing matches from both Heatwave and Superstars of today. Brock Lesnar retaining the PAWL Championship. CM Punk beating Batista in a Match of the Year candidate. The Miz defeating the Big Show by countout. Antonio Cesaro retaining his Intercontinental Championship. And that's just from Heatwave. A whole great another set of matches from Superstars of today, like Edge retaining, but before that Kofi Kingston got defeated by Christian and he was barred from ringside. The Shield retained their titles, but Dolph Ziggler defeats Roman Reigns in singles action, and as we just said, this man is still the PAWL champion, Brock Lesnar, with his advocate Paul Heyman, but not without controversy. John Cena had Brock Lesnar down for the 1-2-3, but Paul Heyman distracted the referee, allowing Brock Lesnar to hit John Cena's head on the exposed turnbuckle and go for a shooting star press to end the match. And of course, if you didn't catch No Forgiveness, it's still available for play. Just go on YouTube playlist. Oh, and here comes that man. Here comes John Cena out right now. Paul Heyman with some strong words. And here comes Cena. You gotta think Cena gotta be upset tonight knowing that he had the championship won before Heyman's distraction of the referee. Cena is right. Our next time we'll be joining on Click Preview is called Extreme Violence. Cena laying out the challenge, a PAWL Championship match, Extreme Rules. Paul Heyman accepts, so a big main event for Extreme Violence will be Brock Lesnar once again defending the PAWL Championship against John Cena, but this time in an Extreme Rules match. A big announcement there. You see our crowd from Battle Creek, Michigan is pumped up about that. Will Cena win the title? Anyway, folks, we were talking about No Forgiveness last night, but let's look ahead to tonight. 5 great matches on the card. Our first one is going to be Biggie Langston, the man who lost to Fandango when Fandango rolled him up. And kind of not a cheap win, but he didn't really, it was kind of more of a lucky win, getting the win over Biggie. He will face the man that is still the Intercontinental Champion, Antonio Cesaro. We also have 6-man tag team action. 3MB will face the team of Ted Dibiase, Zack Ryder, and the Viper, Randy Orton. We also have the man that Cesaro beat, Chris Jericho, going one-on-one against the man that scored a count-out victory over the Big Show, The Miz. Chris Jericho versus The Miz. Also CM Punk, who defeated Batista in a Match of the Year candidate. Both men kicking out of each other's finishers twice. Punk twice kicking out of a Batista bomb. Batista twice kicking out of a GTS. Punk was the only way he could win was a roll-up. Punk will be facing David Otunga. And in our main event, John Cena, the man you just saw, goes one-on-one with Batista. So what a night that the general manager Kane has set up, and we'll start out here. Biggie Langston versus Antonio Cesaro. Both of these men had phenomenal matches. Of course, Big E and Fandango kicked off No Forgiveness. And with Cesaro and Jericho, Jericho dominated most of the match. Cesaro, though, hitting one of those uppercuts out of nowhere after kicking out of the Lion Salt, stunning Jericho and getting the victory. Of course, probably what I think is the most shocking moment of the night is when Chris Jericho, as Cesaro was on the outside, Chris Jericho ran the ropes, jumped over the top rope, but Cesaro landed an uppercut as Jericho was going on the top rope to the outside. That was probably the most shocking moment. Anyway, from PAWO Superstars of today, as we said, Edge is still the World Heavyweight Champion. JBL defeating Alberto Del Rio to win the United States Championship, and maybe forming an unholy alliance with Jack Swagger in the process, who helped JBL along. Also, the Shield members Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins retained against the Primetime Players, but Dolph Ziggler defeated Roman Reigns in singles action. Sheamus defeated Wade Barrett. Christian defeated Kofi Kingston, where Kofi Kingston was barred from ringside in that World Championship match. Just a lot of great action going down, and of course, as we said, you can catch it on YouTube under playlist if you want to watch it all together, or if you want to watch it in parts, just go to videos. Now Cesaro, though, with a front face lock. And Cesaro wrenching the neck of Big E and hitting a neck breaker. Cesaro, the reigning Intercontinental Champion from Switzerland. Big E from Florida. Big E, a former defensive end at the University of Iowa. Cesaro with a nice block, and a Big E with a block and a big boot. No, Cesaro gets out of the way and a big punch. This one is turning into a slugfest. Nice move by Cesaro, though. Cesaro now running the ropes. And catches Big E with a big knee there. Uppercut, no. Big E with a nice block. Langston. Irish whipping Cesaro. No, Cesaro counters with a nice DDT there. See Cesaro taunting. Of course, Big E was in that tournament. The #1 Contenders Intercontinental Championship tournament last month. That's really how his rivalry started with Fandango, both of them costing their spots for a potential championship match. And you gotta wonder, after Cesaro's defeat of Jericho, will Cesaro move on to a new opponent, perhaps Big E if he could get the victory tonight, or would Jericho still try to become the Intercontinental Champion for a 10th time? Cesaro with a big knee to the gut. Big E now. Nice whip of Cesaro, but Cesaro with a nice block. And a big clothesline knocking down Big E. Some punches there by Cesaro. Now Irish whipping Big E across the ring. And Cesaro picks Big E up, and a nice slam there. And now pulling his leg back, going for the cover. One, no, a kick out by Big E. A big boot, no, Big E with a nice shoulder tackle there. And a side Russian leg sweep. Big E with a nice move there, a back suplex. Big E now trying to take control of that arm. And an innovative slam there by Big E. A unique suplex and a big clothesline. No, Cesaro counters and a big right there by Cesaro. Big E now looking for the counter. No, Cesaro with a big right. Cesaro with a big boot. No, Big E able to run out of the way of it. Now they collide. Cesaro with another boot. Now Cesaro just hanging Big E up against the ropes. Now going for a cover. No, a kick out. Big E now Irish whipping Cesaro. Cesaro falls down after colliding with the turnbuckle. Now these two brutes lock up. Big E front face lock. And showing some strength, just tossing Cesaro out of the ring. And Cesaro is not a little, or across the ring, Cesaro is not a little man by any means. Side headlock, but Cesaro with a nice counter there, slamming Big E's face into the mat. Big E with a counter. And Cesaro slamming Big E down and going for the cover. Will this be all? One. No, a kick out. They're running the ropes, but Big E with a big back body drop. Big E now just slamming Cesaro into the mat. No Big E with a block. Big E goes with the waist lock. And no Cesaro counters. Cesaro belly-to-belly suplex. Cesaro picks Big E up. And now Cesaro, big boot. No, Big E with a nice block there, showing an impressive feat of strength. Cesaro. No Big E with the big boot there. And hanging him up against the ropes. Cesaro with a front face lock. And now Big E is in the turnbuckle, and now Cesaro picking Big E up. And Cesaro with the big snake eyes maneuver there. Cesaro now running the ropes. Clothesline, no. Big E gets up Cesaro. Cesaro with some punches. And an uppercut, and now Cesaro. Double underhook suplex there. Now Cesaro going for the cover. Will this be all? 1, 2, no. Cesaro with another cover. No, Big E blocks it. Big E side headlock. And Big E, a big slam there. And Big E getting this crowd fired up, and Cesaro has to get out the ring. They're going for a break, but no, maybe he's just luring Big E outside as a big shoulder tackle there. Big E, though, throws him back in the ring. And Langston, what's he thinking here? And an elbow to the side of the head. Langston now gets back in the ring, and Cesaro charges him, but he can't knock him down. And a big boot knocks him down. Cesaro, a big boot there, stunning Big E. Cesaro now with Big E on his shoulders, but no, Big E gets out of it, and a big DDT there. Langston trying to build momentum. Big E, STO. Cesaro now whipping Big E. And Cesaro, what a move there. Will this be all? 1? No. What a move by Cesaro. I don't think we've seen that before. And now Big E front face lock and an elbow to the side of the head. But Cesaro catches his next big boot and hits a big boot of his own. And now Cesaro just rubbing Big E's face in the mat. A sign of disrespect and an elbow drop. And another elbow drop. Cesaro running the ropes. A small package here. Rolls him up. 1. No. And Big E, though, with his signature version of the back body drop. Tossing him around the ring. Cover. 1, 2. No. Cesaro gets the shoulder up at 2. What a victory it would be for Big E to defeat the Intercontinental Champion. Big E throwing Cesaro outside of the ring. Now going after him. Referee to 1 count. Now Big E, what's he thinking here? Big E throwing him around the ring. Wait, Cesaro, a headbutt, and Cesaro, a big suplex there, a belly-to-belly throw. Cesaro with a big throw there. And now what's Cesaro thinking? No, he just gets back inside the ring as the referee's at a 5 count. Big E gets back in the ring. And Big E charging Cesaro with a big STO. Big E now dragging Cesaro to the center of the ring. A cover. 1, 2, no. And Cesaro, though, picks Big E up. What strength by Cesaro with a German. Or a gut wrench. And now going for the cover. 1, 2, no. Now Cesaro whipping Big E across the ring. Now Cesaro going to go for that triple uppercut that we've been seeing out of him. Innovative move by Cesaro. A double uppercut. Running the ropes for momentum. And a big uppercut there, knocking Big E off. Cover. 1, no. Innovative move we've been seeing from Cesaro. Oh, and Big E with a clothesline knocking down Cesaro. And now going for the cover now. 1, 2, no. Cesaro now throwing Big E across the ring. And now throwing him into the turnbuckle. Maybe looking for this again. We've seen him do this 2 or 3 times in a row before. Innovative offense by Cesaro, running around, and a big one knocking him down. Going for the cover now. 1. No, a kick out. And Big E with another one of those clotheslines knocking him down. And Big E looking to maybe end it here with the big ending. Big E! Big E has him up! And Langston, big ending! The big ending! Dragging him to the center of the ring. Cover! Cover! 1, 2... No! Cesaro gets the shoulder up. Maybe that hesitation of having to drag him to the center of the ring did something, or maybe Cesaro's just that good. Kicking out of the big ending. What a move there, and now Cesaro looking to build momentum again. Going for that triple uppercut. 1 uppercut. A little delay there. I guess Cesaro's still trying to shake the cobwebs out. Looking for a boot. And a boot knocks Langston out. We've never seen that before from Cesaro. And now Cesaro. An elbow drop. Going high risk. Cesaro hitting a big boot after both of the uppercuts. Sending Big E from the top of the turnbuckle all the way to the floor. And then Cesaro does the same with an elbow drop. But Big E counters. Cesaro rolls him up. 1, 2, no. What a match to open up Heatwave. One of the best matches we've seen on Heatwave in a while. Big E hammering away, and now the crowd's pumped up for this. What is Big E gonna do? It looks like Big E's still fighting. But Cesaro out of nowhere with that uppercut. Cesaro hits that uppercut out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, and Cesaro wins. What a match to open up Heatwave. Big E was dominating. As you see here with that back body drop. Big E was dominating this match. But Cesaro out of nowhere with that uppercut. As you see earlier in the match when Big E hit that big back body drop. And then when he hit the big ending, but Cesaro was able to kick out. But after that uppercut, Cesaro got the pin and the win. And of course, a great match here, like all the matches in PAWL. But what a move there by Cesaro. Big booting Big E from the top rope all the way down to the floor. And then Cesaro going high risk and taking chances and hitting an elbow drop from the top rope all the way to the floor. Gotta give it to Kane. This was a great match. And Big E, maybe in the future, might get an Intercontinental Championship shot if he could score a victory. And Fandango's on the Titantron now. So Fandango putting down Big E, and it looks like Michael Cole's in the back with The Miz. Oh, and Big Show from behind. Big Show must be mad about Miz getting that count-out victory last night at No Forgiveness. The crowd's pumped up, and what's gonna happen? Big Show picking Miz up off the ground by the face. And Big Show, he said last week that he was gonna knock out the Miz at No Forgiveness, but it comes a night late, a knockout of the Big Show on Heatwave. Big Show attacking Miz during his interview and knocking him out. But wait, The Miz has a match later tonight against Chris Jericho. Will he be able to compete? But anyway, here comes Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, and Heath Slater, 3MB. they get to team up when they face Ted DiBiase, Zack Ryder, and the Viper, Randy Orton, live on Heatwave. Of course, Ted DiBiase getting an upset victory last week over The Miz as the Big Show's music hit on the Titantron. DiBiase not really featured much in the opening weeks of Heatwave, but with a win there, trying to make himself known, and now he gets another match to try to prove himself. Of course, Zack Ryder, young and up-and-coming star, and of course, Randy Orton, an established star. And then there's 3MB. No comment. Anyway, it is going to be 6-man tag team action. Something pretty unique. I don't know if we've seen 6-man tag team action yet on Heatwave, but we will now, as here comes Ted Dibiase Jr. Of course, as we said, getting that major upset in a victory over The Miz last week. And now he's getting another match to try to showcase his skills and climb the ranks of PAWL. Of course, there's history with Ted DiBiase and Randy Orton. Of course, Randy Orton mentored DiBiase and Rhodes almost, 6 years ago now as part of Legacy. DiBiase and Rhodes doing Orton's bidding, but now DiBiase's a singles wrestler of his own, but of course there is history, as we said, and here comes Zack Ryder. Of course, Zack Ryder, one of the other men involved in that Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders Tournament, actually made it to the finals before he lost to Chris Jericho. Ryder, another young and upcoming star, trying to get into the title hunt, any title hunt really. Trying to prove himself to the general manager Kane. And then there's Randy Orton, who hasn't really been doing much of late. Has been in some high-profile matches on Heatwave, but hasn't really been in any feuds. Of course, he was not on the pay-per-view No Forgiveness. He's been in some high-profile matches, as we said. He just hasn't really been any. I really don't know, to be honest. He's faced The Miz, he's faced Brock Lesnar, both in losing efforts. He's kind of on a losing streak. Trying to find something to turn it around, and maybe 6-man tag team action is what will do it. Randy Orton, a former world champion. Of course, Zack Ryder, a former tag team and United States champion. Dibiase, a former tag team champion. Heath Slater, a former 3-time tag team champion. And Drew McIntyre, a former Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion. And of course, Randy Orton's won the World Tag Team in WWE and Intercontinental, things like that. So we have a lot of championship titles between these 6 men. 6-man tag team action will continue next in part 2. Don't miss it.